Okay, so you can see here, I've just basically put in the initial thoughts. Okay, initial thoughts, and the steps are here. And we will cover some of these other bits now. Okay. Okay. Right. So we will probably start the recording of the webinar, the replay recording of the webinar. When we do the replay, I'll cut that first part out. Okay. So we will carry on from this part. Okay. So let's do some work. Okay. So first of all, first thing we want to do is choosing a niche. Now, choosing a niche, there's no hard and fast way to choose a niche. You want to make sure you can monetize it. Okay. You want to make sure there's other websites that you can basically copy. Okay, that is just basic stuff that if you have an idea, then you can go and sort of check out, you know, what sites are there within that niche. Now, if you're going to do things like if you want to use some niche finding tools, I've put some in here in this doc. You can see under choosing a niche, I've put in here for some niche finding tools that you can use. Okay, but before we start to get into some of those, what I want to talk about is something else that came up in the WhatsApp group. Okay, whether you should build one big site or many small sites. And the answer is you can do what you want. If you want to build one big site, why not build 10 big sites? Okay, you're not restricted like the auto blogging AI or even Jake Ward's own tool. He has a tool called byword.com. If you want to do 1,000 posts in either of those, it's going to cost you well over $1,000 just for one site. Okay, with Traffic Thief, you can do whatever you like. So what I suggest is that if you want to do a big site, then use one single sitemap for each category. Create your categories and then use one single sitemap for each category. That will give you a big site. Okay, and you can do sitemaps with up to 1,000 URLs. So you can build one big site and it will take you, you know, not many clicks to be able to generate that content. Why would you stop there? You should not stop there. Go and build another one. Okay. It's just the basics of put content on the internet. The more you've got, then the more chance you've got of success. It's as simple as that. It's just a simple equation. So, you know, I have preference for the sort of smaller sites. And why? Because if I come in here to keyword intent, for example, I like to use keyword intent. This is a free tool. This is my tool. Just go to keywordintent.io. Okay. I'll give you the link for anybody who hasn't seen this yet. Okay. Now, if you put in a seed keyword, what keyword intent is good at is breaking it down into sort of subtopics without the actual keyword being used all the time. So if I go to Ubersuggest, for example, or some other keyword tools, and I put in a keyword like tropical fish, what you will, you know, often see is a whole bunch of keywords that have got that keyword tropical fish in it. Okay. What keyword intent does is it breaks it down into different subtopics. Like here we've got gourami, we've got better fish, we've got exotic fish, etc., without mentioning the word tropical fish. Okay, so this is a good place to start, and it's very quick and very easy to use. Okay, and you can use it unlimited, and if you've got premium version, there's extra tools, etc., but the free version is good enough. Okay, now what you can do from there is you can say, okay, what is this gourami? And then you can just simply open a new tab, keyword intent, and paste in gourami. Give it a few seconds. And here we've got a whole bunch of keywords about gourami. Now you'll start to find then, once you start to dig deeper, that you will find that your keyword is mentioned more and more. Okay. And you can see all these different ones. And what we can do from there is we can copy all the keywords. Okay. I can just simply checkbox all, copy. And then in this tool here, we should have, let me just see this niche doc. We should have a keyword cluster tool in here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, you can do it like this. Just I'll put it in later. Free keyword cluster. So, okay, if you got Traffic Butler, you can do it in Traffic Butler as well. Okay, let's see if we've got a free one here that's good. We've got ZenBrief. We've got SEO Scout. Okay, let's try these two. Okay, I'll just put all these keywords in here. And instantly it groups the keywords. Okay, so this can give you ideas for either micro niche sites or for categorization. Okay, very quick and very simple. You can do that with free tools. Let's see what this one does. Keyword clustering is such a sort of common strategy now that you get lots of free tools to be able to do this. This one's taken time, whereas that one was instant, but we got there in the end. And you can see here it's created 10 clusters. That's good to have like 10 sort of clusters that that you can use for categories. Okay, so very quick and very easy. Those kind of that kind of approach is going to help you to be able to dig very, very deep into multiple niches at no cost. Okay, at zero cost, and you can come out of that with some really good ideas. So what do you do? Do you do one big site, or do you do micro niche sites? That's entirely up to you. Probably for the sake of the sitemaps, what you will find is that the sitemaps are generally like post sitemaps and page sitemaps. So I would try, and if I was doing a bigger site, I would try and do a big enough niche that you can have 10 related but completely different subtopics. Whereas like for here, for example, the Gurami, that is going to give you a whole bunch of different subtopics about Gurami, but it's specific to Gurami. Okay. Whereas if I did a site about tropical fish, then I could have one for better fish, one for Gurami, one for different types of fish, etc. That's going to be easier to find different sitemaps that you can use for that. Okay. And you can filter down sitemaps as well very quickly and very easily just by putting in a keyword and extracting the keyword rich URLs from the sitemap that have got a specific keyword like Gurami or better fish, etc., etc. Okay, so broad niche versus micro niche. Personally, I prefer micro niche with keyword rich domains. Okay, that does not need to be exact match keyword rich domains. Okay, you do not need to have like best Gurami fish reviews, for example. You can have your keywords within the URL without them being in the exact order. Okay, I covered that quite extensively when we were doing stuff for SERP Attack, and how we can use a sort of broad match titles to be able to rank for multiple keywords as long as all of the keywords are within that title. And the same will apply for the URL as well for your domain names as well. Okay, so you don't need to have exact match. So if you go into Namecheap and you're looking for a domain and the exact match is not available, put an extra word in. It doesn't matter. Okay, or just change the spelling slightly or something like that, and you will be fine. Okay, so if I go into Namecheap, and you can see here we got a whole bunch of different TLDs, top level domains. Okay, so we got photography, we got local sort of TLDs like plumbing, promotions, properties, etc., etc. There's tons and tons and tons of them. So this gives you, a lot of choice and a lot of options, and you are able to go and quickly find, sort of niche specific TLDs, but you can do it also with your keyword rich domains. So you can do it with keywords within your domain URL. Okay, and it's going to be easy to be able to find. Okay, so I covered that in a shorter video that I put in the WhatsApp group the other day, so I'm not going to go into detail on that one again right now. What I will do is when I'm setting up a site from scratch, I will do probably another video on that and show you the thought process as I'm doing it, but it's kind of self-explanatory, very quick, very easy to do. Okay, so keyword rich domain, and I suggest micro niche sites. Okay, for that example, I would do a website about gourami. It's going to be less competitive, but the traffic is still there. Okay, we've still got a lot of traffic, and the chances are you're going to have a lot less competition. Okay, so it's going to be easier for you to be able to, you know, get results faster, to be able to do that. Okay, next. Okay, now some of these niche finder tools, if you open up that Google Doc, if you click on there, it's going to open up this Google Doc here, and you will see we've got some tools that I found over the past few weeks. I've just been adding in here, and this one here, this niche laboratory, this is kind of interesting. Okay, and when you open that up, you can put in, you know, the sort of seed keyword and basically just run it. Okay, now let's see if it's giving me any results already from this, or if I forgot to click. Okay, let's run this. Okay, I need to click on the tabs below. Okay, this gives me a whole bunch of different keywords in here. It gives me some other information, some forums, etc. These are good for finding places where you can get backlinks as well. Okay, when you look at the forums and related niches and competition and that kind of stuff. Okay, so you got a whole bunch of free tools in here that you can play around with. But for me, I always go back to the same thing, keyword intent, and from there just dig deeper. Okay, that's what I usually do. That's what I usually do for my sites. It's just quick, it's easy, and you can dig as deep as you want. Okay, simple stuff. Niche finding with AI. Okay, now if you got a, I should have done that in right click. If you've got a seed niche in mind, you can just simply ask, you know, ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or any of the sort of top AIs. Okay, can you provide some subtopics for tropical fish? My keyboard is sticking. Okay, so you got a whole bunch of subtopics. This will give you another some different angles as well, so you can use them in conjunction with what you can do with the other tools. And you know, you've got again a whole set of categories here that you can use to build out, you know, quite a significant site. So you got one for species profiles, you got another one for aquarium setup, etc., etc. Okay, AI is able to help you quite a lot with that kind of stuff. Okay, it's very quick and easy to do as well. Question sites like Reddit and Quora, you can always check in there, but I don't think you really need to go that deep until you've actually started to build your site. Okay, when it comes to actually just choosing a niche, I would dig into Reddit and Quora much later, and I would use it strategically to get some traffic links, as I call them, and that's just commenting and responding to discussions on places like Reddit and Quora, but we'll get into that later, so as not to confuse you right now. Okay, so between the keyword intent and AI, you can easily dig into any topic, any niche, literally in seconds. It doesn't take very long. Okay, now to identify successful blogs. Okay, so all we really need to do is just search Google. I mean, that's the honest answer here. If I want to go and find blogs about this gourami, then just simply copy paste, go over. Okay, first thing I would look at is going to the people also ask, because that will usually have this sort of niche related sites. Right now, the Parasite SEO is completely dominating the search results. You're going to find a lot of Reddit and Quora, etc. in there, and just keep digging down. Okay. Let's see if we can find any. Okay, we've got this one here. We've got this one here. And if I do just tropical fish blogs, then you will see even FeedSpot and Feedly will have lists of them that you can use, and forums, etc. as well. Okay, you can find like 100 top aquarium blogs, etc. And you just can go through those. It's, you know, quick and easy to do. And when you're in here, just simply take away anything after the main domain name and type in sitemap.xml. And we've got a sitemap. Okay, so you can use that and see if you've got good enough keyword-rich posts. This one is actually not very good. I had another one. Let me just go back into my documents that I had. Hold on a second, guys. I've got another one. I'll do it on the other screen. If you've got any questions, you can ask as well. Okay, let me just find this document so I can show you. I've got about 4 different Google accounts attached to my my Chrome, so I'm getting a little bit. I can start with which account I'm in. Okay, so here's one that I found. Okay, so Aquarium Life, and here's another one. I put that in here. Okay, let's go in here, and we can see if I put in sitemap.xml. We got 2 different post maps, and we've got a page sitemap. I would generally just ignore the page, okay? And when we go into the post sitemap, you can see 200 URLs in this one. Go back and let's see how many URLs in this one here. 48. So there's possible 248 posts from there, which is not really enough in my opinion. So go and find another one, and we can do the same thing. And basically, sitemap.xml. And I don't know how many posts are in this one because it's got a different format, etc. But there's a lot in here. And basically, to find out, all we need to do just grab the sitemap, go into Traffic Thief, and we can create a new project. And I'll just click on Save. Okay, click on View, generate titles, put the sitemap URL, choose the use AI, generate the titles, give it a few seconds. Once, you know, if you've done 1 or 2 sites, this is going to be so fast and so easy to go through to be able to do this. And usually it's faster than this when I'm doing it, but there might be a lot of content on this, so I don't know. I just have to wait for it to populate. Okay, I think I did one for that site before. If I just go into Traffic Thief tab again. Okay, let's just go into Aqua. Click on view. Not that one. I think when Gunpowder updated, he might have. No, he didn't. Okay, so you can see, you know, once you've got that in there, you've got a whole bunch of different titles, etc. We will add in here how many we have got. Okay, I think there's only about 50 in this one, but I told them to expand it to up to 1,000 URLs that you can process with a sitemap. Okay, that might make it a little bit slower to be able to do, because it will need to do it in a sort of process. And here we got some errors. Okay, looks like I've got a bug from that particular sitemap, but I'll get that fixed today. Okay, just copy paste this and send it over to him, and he can get that fixed straight away. Always happens when you do a webinar, you get glitches. Okay, he will fix that today, so you've just got the titles, etc. It might just be a prompt glitch or something like that, but he will fix it. Okay, let's come back over here. So generating sitemaps is just really easy. All of this stuff is very easy. Okay, choose your niche, identify the successful blogs, and find out how they're monetizing. Okay, so first of all, if you have got sites like, where was it? Let's just go back here. Let's go back into the main site. We can usually see how they're monetizing when you go into the websites. Okay, usually they've got ads, or they might be doing affiliate marketing. This one isn't sort of showing a lot of ads, so let's click on one of the posts and see what happens. Okay, you can see that he's got ads within here. Okay, he's probably monetizing from something like AdSense. If you're getting a lot of traffic to your site, then you can use other services similar to AdSense that pay a lot more. Okay, there's Mediavine. There's another one called Raptor as well, but you have to have a specific amount of traffic volume to be able to get accepted into them. And then there's Ezoic as well that you can use. So it's not just AdSense, but they are all kind of working the same way, where they display your ads like these here. Okay, three main ways that people monetize these kind of sites is from the AdSense type ads, Mediavine type ads, etc., affiliate marketing, and some of those will also make money from sort of sponsored ads. Okay, so they will still work in the same way as the banner ads. You will just be taking money from specific people who want to advertise on your site. You can do a deal to advertise per month, etc. This one here, you can see immediately it's got all these ads at the top. Okay, he's monetizing from ads, and all you want to do is just a quick double check and see how are they monetizing. That's all you really want to do. And you can see he's got different products that he's selling. He might be an Amazon affiliate, etc., selling fish tanks and starter kits and that kind of stuff. Just have a quick look and make sure that they are monetizing. Okay, and that tells you there's money in that particular niche. Okay, so sponsored ads is not as common. It's a good opportunity for you, which I will cover that in more advanced training later. But that's an interesting option for us as well, once you start to get some traffic to your sites, because what you can do is you can start to build an audience, like an email list, and do like a newsletter and sell advertising from your newsletter. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money from that. If you follow any sort of marketing accounts on Twitter, for example, or other social media, you will see there's a whole bunch of people that are monetizing from newsletters that are being built from the niche websites. Okay, and it does work. They can charge quite significant amounts of money for a simple newsletter ad. Okay, the AdSense type ads, affiliate marketing, and if you've got any ideas that you come across then what you should do is just copy and paste. I'm sorry, just make a copy of this, okay, and save it with your own name. And as you find any, just put them in here so you can always refer back to them later, okay? And that way, you're able to dig in quite deep. So let's have a look at another one. Let's go and have a look at WP Beginner. The reason I want to look at this one is because this sitemap is pretty big. Okay, they've got 2 or 3 different sitemaps within the main sitemap.xml. You can see here, he's got sitemap for posts with 1,000 URLs, another one with 1,000 URLs, and another one with 625 URLs. That's 2,625 URLs, okay? What you need to be careful of if you find sites like this is that some of his content might be kind of specific to his website, where people might have content about their own case studies or things like that, okay? It might be their own sort of journey, their own income reports and stuff like that. So when you have got the sitemaps, you do need to spend, you know, a couple of minutes just going through the sitemaps and making sure there's nothing in there that you don't want, okay? The easiest way to do that is from inside Traffic Thief, okay? So once you've got this, just give it, you know, a quick glance and make sure there's nothing in there that's going to be hard for an AI to replicate, okay? If it's a personal story, then you don't want to copy somebody else's personal story. If it's an income report, you don't want to copy that. You will find that comes up now and again, okay? So just give it a double check, and it's easier to do within Traffic Thief. Okay, now let's come back to that website. Okay, there's 2 more tools that you can use at this point, okay, if you want to sort of verify a website, okay? One of them is SimilarWeb, okay? I put the links into the Google Doc at the bottom. If you just sign up with a free account with SimilarWeb, oh, it's not letting me do it now with the free account. I think you get so many credits, and I've been playing around with this for the past few days. Let's see if the other one works. Similar sites. So SimilarWeb will basically tell you the traffic volume, where they're getting it from. If you have an account with them, they will even tell you where they're getting their traffic from, even down to the exact URLs where they're getting traffic from if you've got a premium account with them. And the other ones are similar sites. Now, if you get restrictions like I just got there for this, what you can do is you can install their Chrome extension on different browsers. Usually a Chrome extension you can install in Microsoft Edge, you can put it on Opera, you can put it on Brave browser, etc. And that, you know, if you just want to do a quick campaign research, then you can do that very quickly and very easily, okay? Because you can see here, I've reached my weekly limit when I was doing some research on some sites. And these 2 tools in combination can be very, very handy, okay? This will give you as well some competitor sites where you can get more sitemaps, okay? So you can see it's got Kinsta, it's got WP Astra, Theme Isle, Green Geeks, etc. All of those have got nice sitemaps that you can use, you know, to get more content. Very quick and very easy. I mean, that is how easy it is to be able to go and find niches, okay, and to be able to get ideas for multiple sites that you can find within the niches. Just close this off. Let's close some of these off. I'm getting a bit too many here. Okay, let's try the similar sites with this one. Okay, that one doesn't have enough data. I got too many open. Where's the other one I had? Just get it from that doc again. Okay, you got any questions, guys? Now would be the time to ask. Okay, so aquarium coop, planted tank, fish life. There's a whole bunch of these. So you're never going to be stuck for content ideas when you can find them that easily. Okay, very simple. Really, really, really simple. Okay, let's see if we get any questions. I use the post sitemap, John. Just use the post sitemap. So that's where you're more likely to have the type of content that you want to put into your own website. Okay. How to use the software with other WordPress themes. All you have to do, Joy, is it will work with any theme. And I'm not supplying a theme with the WordPress template is not a theme, okay? The WordPress template, let me show you the WordPress template just to clear this up. We're going to get into this in more detail tomorrow. But if I go into, let's see if I'm in the WordPress template here. Okay, this is just a normal WordPress site. All I have done is I've set up a site like I would set up a brand new site. I've installed my plugins. I've installed a free theme, GeneratePress. Okay, I installed WP legal pages for this banner down here, and I just make a reasonably decent, acceptable design. I put in a notification bar, like you would do with any other site. Okay, this is just a normal WordPress site. This is not a specific theme. Okay, and to be able to use it, then you can come in. I'll be covering this in a lot more detail, but tomorrow. But if I go into the install plugins, you can add your own plugins. You can delete plugins. You can update plugins, etc., etc. Okay. And you can see I've got a lot of plugins in here because I use different sites for different things. The first thing you want to do is delete the ones that you don't want. Okay, deactivate the ones you don't want from here, and you will see down the bottom here all the ones that are not activated. Okay, I've done the settings within the plugins, which I'll cover in more detail tomorrow. But you can put any theme in here. Okay, if I want to go into themes and I want to change a theme, you go ahead and do that. It will work with anything. It's just a WordPress site. Okay, if I want to change it over to this one, then I can. Okay, it's all I've done is just installed some plugins, done the settings, and then I cloned the site. So it's not a specific template. It's just a core setup. And to be able to add your site, all you do is you go into your users. Okay, Stephanie's done a GIF on this one, and you want to make sure that you take the email address associated with your site, and then come down to this section down here where it's got application passwords. Create a name which you can just put like Traffic Thief 1, for example, and click on add new application password, and then you will get this here. Okay, you need this to put into Traffic Thief. So when you're in Traffic Thief, all you have to do is go to your settings, go to the WordPress blogs, click on add the site, put your site title, the blog URL. For the username, you're going to put in the email address, and for the password, you're going to take that application password, this one. So you would take this. Okay. You put this in here. What's the name of that site? Okay, I've got dietsforweightloss.fit. Okay, I'll just copy that. Might as well set this up since I'm here. Now I'll show you a little strategy I'm going to test and emphasize the word test, okay, with this. If you get any password savers on your browser, don't save when you put it into the Traffic Thief. Otherwise, it will change your username and password for the Traffic Thief in your password saver. Okay, so we got diets for weight loss. I've actually put it in 2 times in here. So I'm going to delete one of these. But that's how quick and easy it is to add your WordPress site. It's really quick, really easy. It's nothing difficult there at all. Okay, once you've added that in, you're able to post into it. Okay, you just choose when you have got your content. All you're going to do is choose to, let's see if I got any content in this one. Articles, article content, article content. Let's see if I got one that's already created. We've been testing a lot with different things in here. Okay, so all you would do then is you can just select all and you can export to WordPress. Now there's going to be some changes in here, hopefully today, definitely before Wednesday. You will have in here a green check for any that have been published, and you will have a red X for any that haven't not published, but generated content. Okay, you will have a green check to those done successfully, and any with errors, it will show a red X. Okay, that can happen due to the usage, how fast you're using, any limitations with the AI that you're using. Okay, and any with the red X, you'll be able to just click a button and regenerate. Okay, that's coming definitely before Wednesday. I was hoping we would have it actually today, but let's see what happens. And you will also have a progress bar once you're starting to generate the content. Okay, so you can see the progress of all the articles that have been generated. And also once you're posted into WordPress, it will give you the URLs of the post once you've been done in WordPress, so you can copy and paste all the URLs and put them into an indexer if you want. I'll probably add an indexer option in here as well if you're using third-party indexers. And of course you have the SEO score, which I want to do some sort of nicer graphics for that, so you can see, you know, just at a glance, just by looking at a visual, how well optimized you are, not just for the SEO, but for engagement, etc. as well, like we did with the Parasite SEO. Okay, so there will be some changes in here. Another change that you will find is when you're moving about from these different articles, you're clicking on the article content, and then you want to go and see the next one, and then you have to click on that article content again and again and again. This is annoying, so I'm going to get him to fix that as well. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting so many errors in here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I will get that to him to make it that when you're in the article content and you're clicking down here, it will stay within that particular column. Okay, so you can just move about them quickly as well. Just small things, teething things right now with this, but by Wednesday we should be in full swing for the content generation. Okay, and any small bugs that have been popping up, we'll be able to fix them before then. Okay. John, the link to the WordPress download doesn't result in a download. You're talking about the WordPress template. It's not been released yet. I posted into the WhatsApp group this morning and yesterday that it's ready. I gave people 2 options, and most people said they'll wait until tomorrow session before they use that. Okay, because tomorrow I'll be setting up a domain, and you can see live how it's done and how quickly it's done. Okay, then I can release that WordPress template. Then the reason I didn't want to release it early as well is because other people just start to post into it without understanding some nuances. Okay, first of all, that we've set it for no index. You need to make sure it's indexed, and plus you want to make sure you've got your final touches within the site set up before you start to use it. Okay, just some basic things like your SEO title and meta description, that kind of stuff. So we will cover that tomorrow. This time tomorrow you will have the template, and I'll give it a double check again tonight, and we will go for it tomorrow. Okay, we will set up a domain with it, and you will see the whole process start to finish, from adding your site into adding the template into a base WordPress installation, and from there what you need to do. Okay, it takes about 15 minutes, but that template took hours to put together. That's the beauty of what we got here, that's already set up, so that you don't have to spend all that time that I spent setting up. Okay, so it's there. All we need to do now is make sure that the template is kept updated And I'll show you tomorrow how you can do that with free tools. You can use Manage WP, or and there's another one, Manage WordPress or something like that. They sound both similar. They're both free tools that can update all the plugins and all the themes and all of your sites in one click. Okay, so I'll show you those two options tomorrow as well. That's your only job at that point for your WordPress template, is to keep the plugins and themes updated. Okay, Abic, if you're building a microsite on Gurami, but the sitemaps you're finding on a higher level, how do you get XML sites about the micro niche? Well, you need to filter it. You need to filter it by keyword. Okay, so you can see when we did that search there for Gurami, that it's got lots of keywords that have actually got the word Gurami. The sort of more micro niche you start to dig into with keyword intent, then the more you're going to find those kind of keywords. When you go broad niche like tropical fish or make money online or SEO tools or something like that, then you will get the breakdown, which is more kind of subtopic. But once you start to dig in to a specific subtopic, then you will start to find that you get things like this. Okay, so what you would do then is you would have a sitemap that you can put into Traffic Thief. Then it's just simply a matter of, let's come over here, going through these and maybe select all, and then uncheck the ones that have got the keyword included. Okay, there's no other quicker way to do it, but this is still going to be quicker than you know, what it would take to map out a WordPress site previously. The other way that you could do it is go into ChatGPT. Okay, so I can say, let's take that keyword, Gurami. I can say, for example, can you give me 30 article titles for a new website, Gurami. Okay, cable's still sticking. Okay, you could just simply take these, all of them. You can ask it for 50, you can ask it for 100. You can ask it to break down the categories, then give you articles by categories first if you wanted. Okay, and then when you come into Traffic Thief, go and create a new project. Call this one Gurami 2. Okay, click on save. Got this, go into view. And here we can just click on add the titles that we got from ChatGPT. Click on save. Okay, and you can put them in there like that. Okay, you want to take off those exclamation marks. Okay, to do that, just simply have a TXT file and just copy one of those exclamation points. Just go and find replace. You will see that's already there. Just don't put anything what you're going to replace it with, and then you've got your titles without that. Okay, very quick and very easy to be able to do it that way as well. And then it will do the article outlines, etc. from that point forward. Okay, so there's two ways you can do it: get ChatGPT or do a combination of both, or alternatively, just go through the titles that you get from the sitemap, check them all, and uncheck the ones that don't have your keyword, and then you can focus just on the ones that have got your keyword. Okay, and also you can delete. Let's see. We need another button here. I'll have that by Wednesday so that we can delete the selected. Okay. Stephanie, if you can remind me of that. Stephanie's here as well. If you can remind me of that, I need to get another delete button in here just to delete selected. So we got that by Wednesday. Okay. It's very simple though, nothing hard. If you got a situation where, you know, you've looked for multiple sites and there's not that many posts about, say, Gurami, for example, then ChatGPT is your friend. Just grab, you know, 50, 100 different article titles and tell it to categorize them. And in fact, what I would do, if I was doing that, I would just, let's start a new chat. Okay, I need 10 categories for website programming. I hope I spelled that right. No, I got a typo again. Okay, so we got 10 different categories. Can you give me 12 article titles for each? Okay, so that would give you 120. There we go. Oh, it should give you 12 for each. Yeah, because I did a typo again. It would give you 12 for each, okay? My keyboard's sticking because my table's too high for my chair. My chair keeps sliding down. I've ordered a new chair, but I'm waiting for it to come so I can get over that. That means that would give you 120 categories, 120 articles within 10 categories. You can expand on them anytime you want. So like, give me 10 more for this category, or give me 10 more for every category, and then just simply put them in here, generate your article outlines, and you know, you can have a full blown website being built within what, 3-4 minutes. Literally, it's that easy to do. There's nothing hard. So that's what I would do. No, there's no specific plugins, Joy. Honestly, it's just a basic WordPress install. Okay, so if you install any site, you usually have a whole bunch of things that you do. Okay, so you install your favorite plugins, then you have to go and do the settings, and then you install your theme, and then you have to go and do the settings, and then usually you will have different plugins that you like to use for different things. Okay, so you've got an SEO plugin, you've got a plugin for security, etc., etc. And you can see I use quite a lot of plugins, but it doesn't slow down the site, partly because I'm using very, very fast hosting. Like this one here, for example, I use it on every site, admin and site enhancements. This replaces about 10 different other plugins. You can disable comments, you can make sure your WordPress dashboard doesn't have tons of ads and stuff like that. You can see it's a nice clean dashboard, little things like that. I'm just basically set up the site the way that I normally set up my websites. Okay, I put in here backlink saver, so if you're using an aged domain or expired domain, this is going to help you to save that link just as coming through. There's, you know, different things for different purposes in here. We got for caching, we got one of my plugins in here just for being able to create bulk categories in one click, for analytics and various things. Okay, it's just a normal WordPress site. There's nothing specific to Traffic Thief. The only thing you have to do to connect it is to get that application password. Okay. If you're going to use the template, Joy, then you need to do that. You need to use it only on a site that doesn't have any content. Okay. If you want to use it with a site that does have content, then all you're going to do is you are going to go into your users and you're going to get that application password, but you're not going to be using the Traffic Thief template. Okay. You use your existing setup, because if you use the Traffic Thief template, it's going to override. Okay, it's just basically a clone of this site that I did using the all-in-one migration plugin. To use the all-in-one migration plugin to import, then what happens is you install the basic version of all-in-one migration, then you click on import, and anything that it imports is just going to be this site exactly as it is right now. Ready for you to personalize and add content. If you're using an existing site, you don't use this template for your existing sites. Okay. what you should do, what I would do if I were you, I would create one base site, and I would call it something like joystrafficthieftemplate.com or .xyz. Just buy a very, very low cost domain and put it in there. And what you should do then is just delete the plugins you don't want, okay, and then add any premium plugins and just save it, so that when you do new sites in future, you've got your own version of my template, okay, that's specific to you according to the adjustments that you made, okay. But if you're posting into your own site from Traffic Thief, then once you have added your WordPress blogs in here and you go to post, when you go to post, it's going to give you a choice of what categories you want to post into, okay. So you can post into specific categories with the content that you've got, okay. So that's not going to affect your website in any way. It's just going to add content for you, okay. Let me know if that's not clear. Let's see what else. John, any idea the lifetime of these blogs? Does it generate continuously? John, you can keep adding content all you want. You've got unlimited. Okay, so the idea is that you will post a significant amount of content, at least one full traffic site. And then once that is done, then you can set up for future content with a drip feed. Okay. And if you want to go and add more content, you come in and find your project in here, and you simply add in another sitemap, or you add your own titles. Okay. There's no limit to what you can do. You got unlimited. Yeah, Joy, it will only replace the content if you're using that template. So use the template only for brand new sites. Okay. If your existing site, just connect it, and when you go to post, it will give you a choice of category to post into. So you got kind of an advantage where your site is already indexed, etc., because you're using existing sites. What I would suggest that you do is categorize the articles and just post, into specific categories. That will be easier for you to be able to do for existing sites. In fact, I would be tempted to use the AI for that. What you could do with the AI is you can take all the titles that's been generated and ask AI to categorize them according to the categories that you've already got. So for example, you can say, I have these categories on my site, and I have these article titles. So you can copy and paste those from Traffic Thief. Can you assign the article titles to the most suitable categories on my list? Okay, something like that. Just I can't type on this keyboard. It's driving me nuts. But just do something like that. It doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, just give her a list of your categories and a list of the titles, and say, like, assign these titles to the correct category according to the categories that I've supplied here. Okay, and then you can just take the titles and come over into Traffic Thief, and you can add your own titles, and you can do that category by category, and then you can just simply generate the outlines, generate the content, then for that particular set of articles, post it into the specific category that ChatGPT recommended. Okay, quick and easy. Even then, when you've got those extra steps to do, it's still very fast. It's still very easy. Okay. And if you choose to categorize it, will look something like this as well. One thing we haven't got here with the categories yet, I think maybe Gunpowder didn't understand me, is that I wanted to be able to, when we've got this categorized like this, that we would be able to publish just these according to the categories. So that again, Stephanie, that's another one to remind Gonpal, if you can write that down as well, please, so that he can start closing out the final tweaks, and we have it all ready for Wednesday. Okay. So we will be able to, just post from here into a specific category. You can do it category by category here. That's the idea of having the categorized titles in here. Very easy. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Did I miss any questions? Let's see. Okay. Okay. There's nothing hard here at all, guys. Really nothing. So Andy, is it? If I have just one question, would you agree that this is really stupidly simple? It's nicely set up, and it will be even better by the time we start to do the content posting. It will be much better. You will see a better UI, and you will see some more options and more controls, etc. as well. Okay. And that's one of the advantages that you've got coming in early before we do the official launch, apart from the price point, which is going to be much higher for people coming in later, is that you'll be able to see the progress, and you'll be able to contribute ideas as well. So if you've got some ideas like feature requests, if they make sense and I like them enough and I think it will enhance the tool, then I will add those. Okay, so you're free to jump into the WhatsApp group and say, hey, I've got an idea for a feature. If I think it's a good feature and I agree with you, I will add it. Okay. And usually we will add things that are, beneficial to the tool, because I want to use the tool too. So if I think it's a very, very good idea, it will get added. Okay. So you can request feature requests. Okay. Did I miss any questions, guys? Yeah, Joy, you could build sites and flip them. You definitely could. I would be tempted to kind of hold off until you start to get some traffic. And then even if you're monetizing, like $100 a month, usually those kind of sites will be able to sell for, multiple times the monthly income. So you can get a few $1,000s for it. But personally, I would be tempted to wait until the traffic starts to grow. And I would also be giving priority to audience building. Okay, that's things like building an email list, create a lead magnet, create some lead bait for the site to be able to do that. When we get into the advanced stuff, we'll cover things like lead magnets and stuff you can use. Just one more thing I wanted to cover. Let me just change this here. Have a look at what I've done here. Okay, so I went into Namecheap and I started to search for, I think it was cycling for weight loss. It was the first one I did. Okay, so domain name search, doing cycling because I like cycling, although I've been too lazy and haven't done it for months and got big again. But me and Stephanie are going to do cycling today, aren't we, Steph? She's going to help me get back on track and lose my weight. Okay, so I started to write cycling for weight loss. Okay, and you will see things like this come up, like .bike. And so I started to look more and more, and then there's .fit. Okay, so when I saw the .fit, that gave me an idea. Hi, why don't we create like a network of sites? So I've got yoga for weight loss, fasting for weight loss, juicing for weight loss. Now, and Wednesday, I'm going to cover this in more detail. And this is not to confuse you. This is not SEO bullets, Vivek. This is just basic strategy of what we can do, okay? Just some ideas what we can do. You can build a network, a mini network of sites that are topically relevant to each other. So it's perfectly natural for them to promote each other or cross promote each other, okay? So one site leverages the other sites, okay? And vice versa. And this is the kind of thing I wanted to build out. Why? Because it's so easy to do. It's just so easy to do. Even if I just use ChatGPT and didn't use any sitemaps, I could build out, 400 posts on each of these just from suggestions from ChatGPT without even touching a sitemap if I wanted to, and just get that content on there. Then what we could do, once we've published that content and put the site settings to index, then we can set up future content, which you can do from a sitemap at that point if you wanted to. There's multiple ways, multiple strategies. It's just about playing around with it and not being worried about any credit limitations or anything like that. If I took an account with byword.com or took an account with autoblogging.ai, I'm going to be watching very, very closely my credit limits, and that limits any kind of experimentation that you can do. With this, you're free. Just go and experiment as much as you want. Add sites, delete sites, test, rebuild sites, whatever. You've got all that freedom to be able to go ahead and do that other people do not have. You've got a massive advantage over people that are using those other tools where they've got those credit restrictions. Okay, so you can just go and blast out content, test different strategies, different ways that you can do it. And I've mentioned probably 2 different strategies that I thought of just sitting here. Okay, that's how easy it is to be able to use it without limitations, that you can just generate new strategies and think, hey, I wonder if that would be a good idea. Let's test it. Let's see if it works. And go ahead and do it. You're not restricted in any way. So, it's a good opportunity to be able to have something like this. And I know there are other mass building tools, but not with this kind of freedom. And once we've got Gemini added, then there's no AI costs whatsoever. Okay, you won't have to pay any open AI costs for generating articles, which means you can literally go and create thousands and thousands of articles on, hundreds of sites if you wanted to, at 0 cost. It's kind of crazy, but 2024, right? So here we are. Let's use it. Okay. No, it didn't hurt me. Here's the thing, Abek. I've gone back to about 2014. It's a true story. I released two products in 2 weeks. Okay, one was it was called Tube Live Commando. We sold 4,000 copies. 2 weeks later, I released another tool called IFTTT Backlink Commando. We sold 7,000 copies. I had 2 different Facebook groups, and both had about 3,000 people in each group. The groups started to go off when people started to say, oh, I don't understand. Oh, this is hard. Okay. Everybody else fed into that negative mentality. I ended up having to delete both groups. Okay. I deleted both groups. I recognized things immediately that I needed to respond to immediately. Because if you're in there making comments that might make people think this is going to be hard, then everybody feeds into that mentality. When somebody makes a purchase, you, me, anybody, before they make that purchase, they always have the same question: will this work for me? You have to answer that question when you're making the sale from the sales page. Also, you have to maintain that mindset and then enhance that mindset as you have people in a group. That's why I responded. Okay. And that's why I responded immediately, because I've been there before and I've seen it. That IFTTT Backlink Commando, for example, you had to do 1 click. Okay, let me tell you what that tool used to do. It would set up IFTTT accounts, and then it would go and set up accounts for all the places you could do backlinking from that you could add into IFTTT. And what I mean by set it up is it would generate brand new emails from our servers, from our own domains. When it generated the email, it would confirm the emails, etc. And then it would go and create the IFTTT accounts. It would confirm the emails. Then it would go and create accounts on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Weebly, and places like that. And it would do it for thousands of accounts, thousands. And then it would add those accounts into the IFTTT account. And all of this happened in 1 click. Okay, all of it happened in 1 click. In the Facebook group, people say, oh, this is really confusing. This is really hard. Why don't you tell us what to do? And I said, click the button. It's literally 1 click. literally was one click. You can find the videos on YouTube. Search for IFTTT backlink commando. It's one click, and they couldn't get it. They could not grasp it. And this herd mentality of negativity took over the group, and it got so bad that I just deleted the group. Okay, that's why I jumped on that straight away. Okay, you didn't hurt my feelings. I just recognized what could be potentially something that's going to hold back a lot of people from using a very, very simple system. And I didn't want that to happen, so I had to jump on it. But that's a true story. That's what happened. And in fact, I deleted both groups. Because when you have that negativity to start to happen within a group, it's very, very hard to retrieve. So I needed to jump on that straight away. That's why I did it. Because I've been there before. It's just experiencing negative experience like that, because it was such a waste when you see things like that happening. So I don't want it to be that situation ever again. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that this is really simple to use, and there's multiple ways that you can use it. You can get very, very creative, but you will not get creative until you start to use it. Okay, when you start to do strategies, then you get ideas for how you can tweak the strategies, and then they evolve. Things should always be evolving all the time with any of these strategies, whether it's faceless YouTube channels, whether it's parasite SEO, or whether it's traffic thief systems like this. Strategies are always going to evolve, but only if you're using them, you're taking action and using them. Then you get ideas and think, what if I did this, and what if I did that? What would happen? Go and test it. You've got unlimited juice. Okay. So I needed to jump on it. It wasn't taken personally. I just thought, I better address that right now. Okay. Okay. Joy, would I use them? Would I link them to form a network? Not like a PBN, Joy. I'm not going to, in this situation, I'm not going to put these on different IPs. Okay. Excuse me. I'll just take a drink. The thing is that it's not uncommon to have a network of related sites. Like it's not uncommon to have a network of related YouTube channels. Like it's not uncommon to have a network of related, I say it was a car dealer, he's got mini sites for different things. Okay, I've seen car dealerships that have got mini sites, or they call them microsites, for specific car models. Okay, they're not getting penalized by Google because they have created a mini site about a BMW latest version. Okay. And neither should you expect to get penalized if you're putting, helpful content, genuinely decent content onto sites like this. Now, I will link to each other, but I could even do that with no follow, and it wouldn't bother me. Okay, just put no follow link, and that basically tells Google, hey, I'm not building a blog network, but I want to leverage the traffic from this site to send them over to that site, because somebody who's interested in diets might be interested in aerobics, might be interested in juicing, might be interested in cycling, might be interested in yoga. Okay, now I could build one big site, or I can have these mini sites. And when I put the links in, I'll probably put the no follow link, so that it tells Google, hey, I'm not building a PBN for SEO. I'm building helpful content. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, we build sites to get traffic, whether we get that traffic from, organic search engine optimization, social media, or whatever. It's all about getting traffic. Okay, whatever method is used, the search engine optimization is to get traffic. Social media is for to get traffic. YouTube ads is to get traffic. But at the end of the day, we do it for traffic. If I'm getting traffic, I want to build an audience. Okay, and if I can build my own audience, then I'm building my own traffic source that I can reach out to, and I can say, hey, check out this blog that we just put together. If you're interested in fasting for weight loss, I've got a whole bunch of really interesting articles, and by the way, there's a really good ebook about something, something, and you can just use it. You can leverage. You're using one site to leverage that audience for other sites, for building and leveraging, I should say. Abig, how long does it take to get traffic to a microsite like this? I've got no idea until we do it. Absolutely no idea. How long does it take to rank? I've got no idea until we do it. And it will depend on the niche. It will depend on how you put together the content. For example, if I use a tool like Keyword Intent Premium or Traffic Butler or any tool that can do KGR, I might put those keywords into ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude AI and say, like, give me article titles using these keywords, but these keywords must be in there. And then I can have article titles that I can start my site off with that are full of KGR keywords. There's multiple strategies, okay? That's in the more advanced stuff that we will cover. That will cover that exact strategy if you remind me of it, because I just thought of it here sitting answering your question. But there's multiple things that we can do. But how long does it take? I don't have an answer to that until we start to do this, okay? How competitive is the niche? How competitive are the keywords that you're targeting? It's not going to be like Parasite SEO where you can get rankings within hours or days. It's not going to be like that. With WordPress sites, you need to wait until they get indexed, etc. So in the meantime, what you should be doing is just focusing on creating content in a website structure that makes sense with your categories and the types of articles that you're putting in there. But a lot of that research has been taken away from us because we're copying successful sites. We're using sitemaps. They've already done the research. Okay, I don't need to think about, what should I write about tropical fish, because their blog has actually got that kind of information. They've already done the research for me. So when we get the AI to generate the article outlines and then generate the articles based on those keyword-rich sitemaps, it's going to do it to meet the search intent, okay? And so the keywords that we're targeting will have the search intent. How long does it take to rank for them? Some will rank quicker than others, but that's why I say don't do any backlinking. I would do the backlinking like a cherry picking. I might be tempted to do like a low-cost press release or something like that just to get the initial 200, 400 backlinks that you can get done for about $20, something like that. But only when I started to see some, at least when I see some impressions and some traffic, etc. Okay. Let's see. Fastest, easiest, most effective method of monetization, John. Okay. Again, depends on the kind of site. The most effective way of monetization is going to be building your own traffic source from the traffic that comes in. Okay, that's without a doubt. Okay, I can answer that unequivocally. Having an email list is probably the best asset and the most important asset and the most valuable asset you could ever have in internet marketing. Okay, an email list is gold. It's like an ATM machine. You send out an email, money comes in. Okay, simple as that. And next to that would be to leverage the audience that you're building to create a very, very simple newsletter. It doesn't have to be frequent. It doesn't have to be in depth. It can be something very, very simple that says, hey, I've done some new posts in the gourami category of my tropical fish site. Go and check this out and you will find there's a free checklist of how to take care of your fish tank or something like that. That drives traffic. What happens when you drive traffic to your site from your own audience? Well, you increase the watch time, the dwell time on the website. You increase the engagement. And if you're connected to Google Analytics and Search Console, they can see you've got direct traffic coming and they're spending time on the site and they're making downloads and they're moving about different pages. and that will help you to rank. Traffic can help you rank. It is a ranking factor due to the fact that you're using that the engagement signals and the warm traffic creating those engagement signals, it's just a ranking factor. Okay, that's why tools like I built tools like SEPATAC to increase the engagement. Again, it all comes down to building your own audience. That is the most effective, the most valuable thing. Next to that is going to be things like the ads, but I would not put the banner ads and AdSense straight away. I would wait until you start to get some traffic and start to get some rankings. It basically tells Google, hey, this is a content first site. It's not built just for ads. It's a content first site. It's got helpful content. Then once you start to get rankings, then start to introduce your advertising. Okay, I wouldn't do it straight away, but I would be building my email list straight away. Absolutely, that's the most valuable thing that you can do. Also, you can put in remarketing, so you can run remarketing campaigns, like very, very low cost. If I've got remarketing on my site and I go to Google Ads and I want to do a video ad campaign on YouTube with a 30-second video that I created for the purpose of reaching out to a new audience, I would start with the remarketing audience first. Why? Because when you do things like YouTube ads, your initial campaign, you're going to be buying data. And there's no better way to be able to buy data than having your own warm audience that you're targeting, because you know that they're interested, and that's going to give you the data that you need to optimize your campaign. There's multiple ways: building your own audience, building your email list, importing that into your ad campaigns, into your ad accounts, using retargeting, etc. It's by far the most important thing you can do in marketing. Okay, doesn't matter what niche. Affiliate offers, obviously, affiliate offers is going to be, I wouldn't say just an easy way to make money, but it's an opportunity that you can test different methods of affiliate marketing. You can do affiliate marketing from banners on your site. You can do affiliate marketing from contextual links. You can do affiliate marketing from the email list that you're building. Okay. And you can do affiliate marketing from remarketing audience that comes into your website. If you got them into anybody who visits your site into a remarketing or retargeting list, and you go and promote some related product and you start with that audience, then once you've started that campaign, it starts off quite positively because it's a warm audience, then Google will go and find, or Facebook will go and find similar audiences to reach out to. Okay, so everything starts from audience building. That's the first and most important thing that you can do. We can cover that stuff in more advanced training later, but that's basically the answer in a nutshell. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, let's do a recap. How do you find a niche? Quick and easy way. Put a seed keyword into keyword intent. Okay. When you put your seed keyword, look for subtopics. Take the subtopic keyword, like this one, gourami, go in here. You can simply copy and paste this. You can put that into ChatGPT. So like, give me 100 article titles and split it between 10 categories or whatever, like I showed you before. Okay, quick and easy. That would take a few minutes. Not long. Use ChatGPT 3.5 for your categorization, etc. Okay, you can start a blog off within 10 minutes doing that. Okay, literally within 10 minutes, you can start a blog off just from that simple strategy. And then go and find some blogs, and you can use these to Chrome extensions. For the similar web, you're going to have restrictions. I ran a few campaigns before I ran out of the ability to generate more, but I can install that on a different Chrome extension if I don't want to take the premium version, and just use a different email address and run it again. Okay, so you can do it from Microsoft Edge and Opera, etc. And then the similar sites. Well, that's really good tool, because usually the sites that will be mentioned here are sites that are popular, that have got traffic, and it's built by SimilarWeb as well. So it's going to choose the top sites. So that gives you an instant list of other sites that you can get sitemaps from. Okay, very quick and very easy. I'm sure there's more innovative ways that you can find niches, and just see, just observe things. Whether you're seeing websites as you're using the internet or whatever, have a look at what kind of ads people are doing. You always get ideas for niches, and write down the ones you think is important. Okay. All right, I think that's all we got time for. And if you get any final questions, let me know now before we go. And tomorrow we will set up the WordPress template start to finish. Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. Cheers. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.